Hey guys, have you ever wondered if there's a place on Earth that no bomb can destroy? Today, we are taking a trip deep into the heart of Iran's Kolang mountain to uncover a massive secret. We aren't talking about a simple tunnel here, but an underground city that has changed global equations forever. Make sure to stick around until the end, because the truth about this fortress will absolutely blow your mind. So let's dive into how this mysterious mountain and its tunnels actually came to be in the first place. After several sabotage incidents occurred at the Natanz facilities in the past, Iran made a huge decision. They realized that surface-level or shallow facilities were simply no longer safe for protecting their nuclear program. Consequently, Iranian engineers turned their eyes to the hard, rocky mountains nearby to launch a massive project. You might be asking, why choose Kolang Mountain or these specific highlands near Natanz for this job? Well, guys, the rock composition in this area is incredibly dense and offers strange resistance to explosions. These mountains act like a natural shield, effectively saving millions of dollars in defensive costs for Iran. Basically, nature itself is serving as the ultimate bodyguard for the expensive and sensitive new generation centrifuges. Let's get a bit more specific. Satellite imagery reveals that the volume of excavation here is just unbelievable. This means we aren't looking at a simple tunnel, but a complex network of corridors being built. Experts say multiple entrances have been designed to make access and logistics much easier and safer. Just imagine thousands of tons of concrete and steel injected into the mountain to make it earthquake-proof. The crucial point here is that these tunnels are buried much deeper than older facilities like Fort Howe. It is reported that this facility is dug about 80 to 100 meters beneath the mountain peak. This depth means even the most powerful American bunker buster bombs might fail to penetrate the main halls. This is exactly what military experts refer to as the zone of immunity, or the point of no return. You might wonder what exactly is going to happen inside these deep, winding tunnels underground. The main goal is to create a safe space for installing thousands of advanced centrifuges like the IR-6 for uranium enrichment. These devices are extremely sensitive and require an environment with absolutely no vibration and controlled temperatures. The space inside the mountain provides the perfect stability for the frantic spinning of these high-tech machines. Guys, this isn't just about building 4 concrete walls. It is about the advanced technology of construction. The air ventilation systems in these tunnels are designed to keep working even in the event of a chemical attack. Iranian engineers have utilized advanced techniques they mastered during years of dam building and subway tunnel projects. This proves that indigenous tunneling knowledge in Iran has reached a strategic and military level. One of the most fascinating parts of this story involves the massive blast doors installed at the entrances. These doors are engineered to absorb shockwaves from explosions and prevent fire from rushing inside. Just think about it, a door weighing dozens of tons that opens and closes smoothly with a hydraulic system. These are the details you might not hear on the news, but they are vital for security. Now, let's look at this from a strategic perspective. Why is Iran spending so much money on this? Possessing such a facility gives Iran incredible leverage and bargaining power at the negotiation table. When the other side knows they cannot destroy your program with a military strike, they are forced to talk. In reality, Kolang Mountain isn't just a construction project, it is a massive political winning card. It is interesting to note that these tunnels were built right under the eyes of the world's most precise spy satellites. Every time a truck enters or leaves, Western analysts try desperately to figure out what is going on. But Iran has cleverly performed parts of the work at night or under camouflage covers to hide progress. This cat-and-mouse game between satellites in space and engineers on the ground is a thriller story itself. Guys, let's be honest. The concern from Western countries and Israel regarding this facility is extremely high. They are terrified that if Iran moves enrichment here, there will be no way to stop the process. That is exactly why we have been hearing the name of this region so frequently in the news lately. They believe this location could become a secure storage site for high-purity enriched materials. Another technical point you need to know about is the emergency power systems and giant underground generators. If the national power grid gets cut off, these tunnels continue to operate like an independent city. This means that even an energy blockade cannot stop the activity of the centrifuges inside the mountain. The design allows this complex to survive for months without needing anything from the outside world. The story of the air defense systems surrounding this mountain is a whole separate chapter you must know about. The area around Kolang Mountain and Natanz is heavily protected by multiple layers of missile defense systems. This means before any aircraft can even reach the mountain, it must pass through a heavy wall of fire. The combination of hard rock and air defense makes penetrating this zone almost a mission impossible. Regarding the speed of construction, I have to say it has been truly astonishing and rapid. Images show that within just 2 years, the physical progress of the project has been incredibly impressive. This speed demonstrates Iran's serious determination to reach a level of sustainable atomic deterrence quickly. Workers and engineers are working in tight shifts to get the equipment inside as soon as possible. A very important question arises: does the International Atomic Energy Agency know about these tunnels or not? Iran has stated that its activities are transparent and it provides the necessary notifications to the IAEA. However, the main issue is that once equipment goes deep underground, monitoring becomes much harder. Agency inspectors are always worried that they might not get full access to every corner of such a city. My good friends, the construction of these tunnels sends a very clear message to the entire world. The message is, our nuclear knowledge is indigenous and cannot be destroyed by bombing runs. The mindset that an airstrike could roll back Iran's program has been effectively nullified by this project. Kolang Mountain is the physical symbol of the fact that this technology is institutionalized and irremovable. Let's talk a bit about the difference between these tunnels and regular road tunnels you drive through. Here, the concrete is reinforced with special fibers that are resistant even to electromagnetic waves. This means that electromagnetic bombs, used to disable electronic circuits, would likely be ineffective here. The materials engineering used in these walls represents one of the most advanced parts of this secret project. It might interest you to know where the excavated soil goes and how they hide it. Usually, they spread the soil in distant locations so that satellites cannot calculate the exact volume of digging. This is one of the old but effective techniques in building military bunkers that has been executed here. The observance of information security principles in this project is at the highest possible level. The impact of these tunnels on oil prices and Middle East tensions is also undeniable. Every piece of news released about the progress of this site shakes global markets and politicians alike. Everyone knows that world energy security is tied to stability in the Persian Gulf and Iran. Therefore, this isn't just a tunnel, it is a lever that affects the global economy. Now, imagine what might happen inside these rocky corridors in the near future. Iran might install a new generation of centrifuges, like the IR-9, which have incredible speeds. These machines can produce the required uranium in a very short amount of time. The vast space inside the mountain allows for the setup of large parallel production lines. There's also a psychological point in building these underground fortresses that we shouldn't overlook. This action increases national self-confidence and a sense of power against foreign threats. The people and military forces feel that the country's strategic assets are in a safe place. This psychological security might be just as important to the government as the physical security. Of course, let's not forget that the cost of building such a megastructure is staggering and heavy. Billions have been spent to split the mountain heart and build this settlement. Critics might say this money could be spent elsewhere, but Iran's answer is always security. From a strategic viewpoint, the cost paid for survival and deterrence is considered justifiable. Guys, we are living in an era where wars have moved from the surface to the underground. Kolang Mountain is an example of modern warfare where concrete and stone replace tanks and airplanes. Every meter this tunnel goes deeper, the military calculations for enemies become more complex and difficult. This is a chess match where the pieces are made of mountain rock, steel, and uranium. Ultimately, whether we agree or disagree, these tunnels are now an undeniable reality. They are there, solid and standing, and they have changed the fate of the nuclear file. Global powers are now forced to accept that a military solution against Iran is becoming less viable. And this means diplomacy will remain the only path left to resolve these differences.